as a councillor, a group leader, with responsibilities, elections coming up in not all that long, a few weeks' time, you must sometimes look at the London headquarters of your party. I mean, what have we had in the last year? 3 Prime Ministers, 4 Chancellors of the Exchequer, 5 Education Secretaries. I mean, do you feel let down by the National Party?
No, because you don't concentrate on what's going on nationally. I think there is always going to be a tension between anybody standing for local council, local government, either at district level, as we are in Exeter, or at county level, as in Devon, and hoping that Westminster goes smoothly in those periods immediately before elections. Doesn't always happen.
But it hasn't gone smoothly, has it? That's the point.
So what we do is then we concentrate on the job in hand. And the job in hand in Exeter, I've got a wonderful team of candidates coming up in May. Got some really first-class councillors. And that is to deal with the issues that really matter when we're out on the doorstep, day in, day out, asking people what they feel about, you know, the simple things of life in many ways, but what people want are clean streets. They want to make sure the litter bins are collected on time. They want to sort of feel that they are being listened to. And that we can do, and we do. And it has proved over the years in Exeter, which has not been easy for a long time for the Conservative Party.
No, I mean, Labour are strong here, aren't they?
So, you know, but by being seen to be really proactive on behalf of the local residents of our individual wards, where we do able to get things done, we can make that difference. So that's what we concentrate on.
And I understand that fully. And I think in many ways being a councillor can be a pretty thankless task, because very few people say thank you. But a lot of people complain. But the truth is, in local elections, and I know this very well, having led national local election campaigns over the last 20 years, people still vote along national lines. And as you head into these elections and you look towards next year, you know, Devon is a county, OK, Labour are strong here. They've got one of the Plymouth seats. They'll be eyeing the other Plymouth seat. There are constituencies like North Devon, who, of course, you know, long Liberal tradition. I mean, everyone talks about the Red Wall and the vulnerability of the Conservatives in the Red Wall. You're pretty vulnerable down here too, aren't you?
There are no such thing any longer as an easy election. I do not believe that to be true. In the days when you could go into a constituency and you would know that it was a Conservative constituency or a Labour constituency or a Lib Dem constituency, they have passed. People change. We know that there are people who will vote Conservative for local candidates, but would not vote Conservative in a national election, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So all we can do, all I can do, is to make sure that we are seen, we are visible, that we are consulting with residents, that we promote the issues that matter to them, and that's what we do.
And tell me, Anne, you know, it still matters who the leader of your national party is. A final, really easy question for you. Who was your favourite Conservative Prime Minister? Boris Johnson, Liz Truss or Rishi Sunak?
Well, I'm going to give you a completely different answer, because I was honoured enough to be awarded an OBE, and the Prime Minister who was Prime Minister at the time was Sir John Major. So that's the answer I'm going to give for that reason.
Well, John's a bit old for a recall, I think. Was it a mistake to get rid of Boris?
I don't think there was any choice at the time. I think that...
so you'd like him back?
I know, that's not what I said. I said there was no choice at the time.
No, there is now, though, isn't there?
No, I don't think there is. We have a Prime Minister at the moment, and the Prime Minister and the Chancellor have stabilised the economy. Inflation looks as though it might now be stable. If inflation can then start to drop, and the worst of it is food price inflation, but if inflation can start to drop and then interest rates can start to follow, we can get back down to the Bank of England's target rate. And I think we've got a pair of people there who know that that is important. I'm a great believer in the philosophy of Sir Keith Joseph. He talked a lot about inflation, and the things that he wrote back in the 70s were very, very true then and now.